What are we going to call this edition of the Halo Powerhouse?
I think it's going to be called Halo Horrors.
The Halo Horrors.
I think so.
call.
It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, we see a lot of ridiculous things on a daily
It
basis.
is.
And let's jump right into it here. Halo Horror number 1. Okay, what can we say about this?
Loose is bad.
It's worn out.
Absolutely.
And this happens all the time. You got a home with plugs that are, say, 30 years old. They seem to work fine. But you go and plug something in, and it just literally falls right out the wall.
You know what the worst part about all that is? Is people will sit there and take the prongs and bend them apart or bend them together so that it's like, you know what? It's loose, but hey, I made it work, so now it's safe.
Little kids in the house, you got a cord hanging out of the outlet like that. Imagine if the little one goes and touches that. Yeah, someone's going to get hurt. So, yeah, that's a dangerous one. And this is why we recommend doing receptacle upgrades.
Tamper resistant is the way to go.
Tamper resistant, the way to go.
What do we have next, Kevin?
Well, Stu, got a little work. All right, this is an interesting one here. A little story about this commercial building in downtown Edmonton. Happened to go into the electrical room. Now, normally, when there's breakers missing out of a panel, we put in breaker fillers.
They're safe. They're made for the panel. Mm-hmm. Very practical.
So what are your thoughts on this piece of cardboard from Staples?
Well, I'm going to stick my finger in there, and there's so much dangerous inside. I could really, really seriously blow yourself across the room.
Now, give them credit. They did use a yellow piece of cardboard here. So, it was the first thing I saw when I opened up the electrical room door. I'm like, oh, what is that? And there is some electrical tape around it, but come on. Cardboard covering live parts in the panel.
Yeah. There's things inside panels you just never, ever, ever want to touch.
Yeah.
Ever.
What's next? Okay. So I remember this. First of all, what kind of cable is that?
I believe that's NMD.
What does NMD mean?
Not for outside.
In layman's terms, yes. But, the
non-metallic...
dry.
Yeah.
Dry locations. So, in this case, they needed to run power to a separate part of this mobile home. What better way to do it than make a cord that plugs into the outside plug and just run it through the metal siding there in order to get power in to another area. Now, this particular job gets a little more interesting. We looked under the trailer.
And that itself is pretty scary.
Yeah, in the mud, wet location. We've got junk, octagon boxes here.
And they're not even sealed.
Well, they're full of holes. They're full of holes, right?
Everything's coming in.
Yeah, that is not for not for a wet location at all. Now, yeah, check that out.
I do like how they protected the wire after it was, the 50 feet was laying in the dirt. How they protected it through a little.
Well, you know what that is? That's a
a
drain hose for a sump pump.
I was gonna say it looks.
And this was actually ran underground to a shed in the yard. What do you say?
I say, don't do that.
Got it.
Don't.
Oh my God, for the love of God, don't do this. Yeah.
This stuff amuses us, and we're going to sit here and laugh a little bit, but don't.
Oh, it's terrifying.
It's horrible, but it's just, what can you do but laugh?
All right. Okay, this is an interesting one here. When you're looking at it, you got to be wondering what's going on. It looks like there's a junction box up there past the wood.
It does, but first of all, the thing I first seen missing here is with the wood there, don't you need some sort of extension ring to protect it?
Well, you're right, yeah, because, when you've got a metal box in the wall, when you've got an outlet box in the wall, it needs to be within about 1/8 of an inch of the face of the drywall or whatever you're protruding through, but it gets better.
Does it get better than that?
No, it gets more terrifying. Look here.
What? Now, is that where they were screwing it on, right there at the bottom?
Yeah. In this case, they built a beautiful cedar ceiling in this room, and it dropped down, about the depth of a 2x4, and then they attached lights to the cedar, and they just wired it to the junction box that was up in the ceiling.
Now, is that going through another piece? Because I noticed on the other photo, it had a great big hole.
Yeah, this is a different light.
Oh,
There
okay,
was 6
okay,
lights in this
okay.
room. So you got open splices here over a dry cedar wooden ceiling. Like,
That stuff starts sparking.
oh yeah,
It doesn't take much.
yeah. This was bad.
It's I just
It's a horror.
don't do that. Don't. That might be my catchphrase, I think, for this video.
So, Stuart, we wire a lot of basements.
We do.
We've seen a lot of sketchy things.
And
but-
interesting ways of doing it.
Yeah, but do you see this red cable?
That, I believe, is only 18 gauge cable. What are they wiring with it?
Well, this is fire alarm cable, right? This is what you use for wiring your fire alarm system. 18 gauge. And the terrifying thing here is this was a basement suite, a rental property.
What were they powering off that?
Lighting,
All the lighting.
plugs. Yeah, it was a mishmash between the original Lumex cabling in there, the 14.2, but then you can see where additional things were added in. And let me move on here because it gets better. There's just another shot of it. We literally couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. And there we go. There's a light switch.
I know that cable is not going to handle all those amps in there.
No, not at all. Not
It's
at
like
all.
it's like trying to force a great big hose of water through a tiny little thing. It's never going to make it.
There we go. Check that out. Light. And the light wasn't even mounted anything. It was just hanging by the wire in this basement. This was a rental property. There was a family living in here. They had no idea. No idea what was going on. And we showed up there because they had one light fixture that wasn't working. Go figure.
It's
Just screams fire hazard.
it's
Yeah, whoever did this work, boy, I'd like to meet him.
They are not going to like to meet you though.
So my extension cord,
You need it a little bit longer.
I think that's what was going on here. Over to you, Stu. So if it doesn't-
Wrapping up some wires without morettes in duct tape. How?
Yeah, this is that tuck tape.
Yes.
This is that red stuff that, they use when they're putting the vapor barrier up. Oh, I can't even speak. I'm so overwhelmed by this. But yeah, look at that.
I mean, without cutting it completely open, I'm just scared.
Yeah,
I'm just.
yeah. And I think this was being used to power a washing machine because they had to move the washing machine over, and it didn't reach to the outlet, the receptacle, so they just extended it.
Well, no, don't do that. No. Move the receptacle closer to that. That's what you should be doing. This is like, no, don't do that. Bad.
Terrifying.
Oh, this was one of my favorites, I
You
think.
know that you can speak about this one. This was one of your
Yeah.
fixes.
We just want a junction box. Just put it up there. How many wires are in the junction box? How many wires can you fit in a connector?
Well, I see. There's got to be 4 jammed in there.
And they're not just 14.2s. They're 14.3s.
Well, give them credit.
I
They did put some electrical tape around the end of it just so it didn't get too beat up before they tightened that.
Kevin, when I
connector.
pulled those wires out, I had to cut them to get them out. I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we see this a lot. This isn't necessarily an issue where somebody's done something incorrectly. This is the product of
Backstabbing.
backstabbing.
You wouldn't do it to your best friend.
No, you wouldn't, but why do electricians do it to receptacles?
They do it because it's easy and quick. It's like, you know what, Kevin? I got to throw 5 plugs in. I want to get home. Boom, 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 done, walk away. It's good.
Yeah.
However,
Look at the heat on this. And from what I can remember, this plug was being used to power a little electric space heater in the basement because, winter's here, basement gets cold, first thing you do is plug in your 1500 watt space heater and warm things up. Well, it wasn't just the heater that was warming up.
No.
Yeah, that's awful.
And just if you look at the wire, how much it has burnt up.
Yeah, it's literally melted the plug there, melted the connection.
It's
What'll happen is it'll melt to the point that the connection burns up and the plug stops working anymore. And then we get that call that says, oh, I have a plug that stopped working. We both know that they don't just stop working.
no.
No, they don't. Stuart,
Kevin, I've seen things in my days. I've seen ways of putting plugs on walls and stuff. I have never in my life seen someone screw a plug to the wall, no box, nothing to contain anything, and then wrap the wires around the screws, run it through a crawl space to another wall, drill a hole through the drywall, and drop it down to another floor.
oh, good God.
O is right.
Yeah.
You can't see the back. Well, you can see part of it, but there's
Well, look at that wire. I mean, that is that old wire. I mean, it barely reached.
it did.
So when you found this, you can see right here, the receptacle was just screwed.
They cut in
To the wall.
Yeah, that was actually the baseboard. They screwed it. They just cut the hole in the base just enough to get the plug in there, and then they put a pretty little plate on it. It's like, oh look, it's all nice and pretty. It's not.
So they've created a nice little firebox here.
They did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can see all the wood and stuff. I believe that was even part of the 2x4 right next to it there. I had to go into that crawl space. It was awesome. A lot of places you send me to.
Sorry.
I love how you always apologize. It's like, oh, I got another one for you. But the only way to rectify something like this was we had to get a junction box and make it accessible and then extend the wire out with a correct box.
Yeah,
It was just,
that's terrifying. The things people do.
I mean, like I said, it was so tight, that plug. Those wires were pretty much kissing the wood.
Yeah.
It's,
And it had
Old
been
home.
done years ago, right?
yes, yeah.
This was not
and a
recent.
very, very old home.
And it's not even drywall.
No.
It's, like you say, it's right into the baseboard.
It's right into the baseboard.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Stu, we've seen a lot of horrors today on the Halo Powerhouse.
We have.
If there's one that jumps out to you as the number one horror of the day, what's your choice?
Wiring a basement with a family in it with wire, like the cable is 18 gauge.
The fire alarm cable.
Yeah, it just,
I agree. We're going to dub this week's dumbass move of the week. What do you think?
I think so.
So there you have it, folks.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't be a dumbass.
Stu,
Right.
always a pleasure.
My friend,
All right.
I'm out.
You guys, we'll see you next time on the Halo Powerhouse. Be sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you are watching this on Facebook, please like and share. Tell your friends about what we're doing on the Halo Powerhouse. Let us know if you like it. We'd love to hear your comments. Until next time, I'm Kevin Stay,
Stuart the Cruise.
and we'll see you next time on the Halo Powerhouse.